are live. We're live.
Pretty fresh, yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Nick here on the call.
The delay.
Nick here on the call. Your Boulder Rough Riders going to take on game 2 of 2 here. Arizona Mission, Boulder in black, Mission in white. Earlier this morning, they played to a 4-4 tie. Scored with 7 seconds left to go in an empty net situation for the Mission. So interesting end to that game. We're going to come away here now with a win this afternoon as we move into the championship game. Both teams into this contest with a record of 2-0-1, and the only non-win was Utah. So looking for a great game this afternoon. We'll be underway here in about 90 seconds. Okay, Roger, issuing the final instructions as we see our starting 5 come to the ice. Starting in center today, we Evan Sullivan to his right and left, Soren Debbie, Derek Rubenthal, Lucas and Logan. As defense. We're underway. Soren with the puck. It's going to chip it in deep. That's going to be off. I'm sorry, that was Derek. That's going to be offside. Soren just a hair offside. We're going to take a quick face-off here, just right outside the Boulder. I'm sorry, the Mission zone. is dropped. Puck is not dropped. Sorry. Okay, linesman doesn't like what he sees. He sees Mr. Blumenthal creeping in. It's the same rep there that we had this morning. All right, puck is dropped. Hit up in the middle. Shot down deep for Soren. Soren's going to work it back in the corner. That one battle loss comes up against the Cooper takes a hard hit up against the Mission bench. That one's going to get sent across for icing. We'll take a face-off here in the offensive zone. Cooper got a little welcome to the game smack right there in front of the Mission bench, but was able to keep that puck inside the zone. Evan back now for the face-off to the goalie's right. Puck stalls. That one's going to get drifted in the center, picked up by the Mission, and they're going to go break it out. That's going to come up just past the reach of Lucas. That one's going to be on net, sent back into the corner, sent around behind. Cooper's going to push onto his man. That's going to be pushed back into the corner. Lucas now smacks it out of the way, and then back into the corner. Ties up his man. Cooper picks it up, and they're going to work the breakout. That's going to Cooper hit hard up into the corner. He's going to hit a man on. That's sent back in the corner. Fighting still going away. Here comes Evan away with the puck. He's going to pick it up. Suicide pass there to Derek Blumenthal, but picked up, and he's going to bring it in and chip it down deep into. Defense is on the change. Soren's going to bump with the Mission defender. Picked up here now by Henry Ninez. Sent over to Blumenthal. Shot on. That one drifts in front, then picked up in the slot, and then sent out by Mission into the waiting stick of Elliott, now on the ice with Xavier. That's going to be sent across. 43 White. That one's going to be knocked off his stick by Xavier. Sent through the neutral zone. Picked up by Berkey. Berkey's going to go. He's got 3 with him. He enters the zone. He's going to put a shot on. That one's deflected off the stick. He picks up his own rebound and sends it around behind. Here comes Avery. He gets bumped off and then tries the centering pass. We've got Cooper sending in the front. Xavier's got a chance. He's going to put a shot on. That's blocked. Picked up by Avery. Sent around behind. Picked up by Mission. Mission with time. Picked up. Henry Ninus knocks it off. Oh, man. Berkey tried to center. It goes off the skid of a Mission player and through the neutral zone. Xavier's got it. Nice D to D here to Elliott. Elliott's got an opportunity. He's going to go hard to Berkey. Picked up off his stick by Henry. Henry's going to have an opportunity to line up and shot off the flat. Glances off the defender and up high over the crossbar. Comes back here down at my feet, ladies and gentlemen. Can't exactly see, but I think that's going to be an offsides call because it went over and back in the blue line. Really nice start here. Good tempo by the Rough Riders. Mission is a little bit on their heels. No problem. All right, Asher Africano now set to take the face off. He's going to push that over to Luke Franklin. Goes between his legs and then up against. That one's handed off to Logan. Logan's going to chip that one in. He gains the red line, sends it in. Asher, all three are back here behind. That one's going to get picked up by Asher. Glanced in front. Now for Luke. Luke still drifting in front through the high slot. That's going to be sent through the neutral zone. That should be an icing call, and it is. Okay, nice. I'm going to come back for a reset. Really close there on the opportunity. A couple of floating pucks there right in the high slot. All three wingers kind of tied up. Asher Africano now set for this face-off. Inside the offensive zone to the goalie's left. That one glances back, picked up by Lincoln. He pinches, going to ride behind. Hopman with the angle. He's going to challenge his man as he goes through. He's going to block that pass around, picked up behind by Franklin. Franklin's going to get tied up in behind. Lincoln's going to knock his man off the puck, and we're going to continue to battle here down in the corner. That one gets floated around behind, picked up by Franklin. Franklin's going to move the puck forward to Ing, and then back to Hopman. Hopman's going to have a chance to send it around behind to Lincoln. Lincoln's going to carry it forward to Franklin. Franklin's got the puck. Cross neutral ice. He's got 3 with him. He's going to gain the line, look for a change. Henry Ing down on the forecheck. That one's going to come all the way through. Picked up, oh boy, picked up by Mission. That one's going to get sent off the blocker of the goalie here. Here comes Lucas. He's going to challenge. He's got time. He's going to send it back around behind. Picked up by Evan. Evan's got a chance. He's going to move it to Across. Oh, man, to Derek. Soren to Derek. That one's going to get high flip here into the neutral zone. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas is going to get bodied off, but he's going to move it forward. Now inside the offensive zone. That one's going to be back centered. 3-on-1. Cooper's going to push his man wide. Shot on goes into the glove of Mr. Brock. Not a great 45 seconds here. We're going to reset. Going to take a little bit of a face-off here inside our own offensive zone. Mission's looking to make a change. Evan Solomon now with the face-off. Puck is dropped. That one's going to fly behind. Cooper's there first to revive. Lucas picks a pocket of the Mission defender, sends it up along the boards. That's going to come back around behind. It's going to float around behind. Cooper's there. He's going to put pressure on his man. Official's in the way, but we'll take it. Picked up now. Soren's got time. He's going to skate it through the neutral ice. He's going to go through a couple of defenders, and now he's going to go down. We've got Lucas in the high slot, and then man in the center. Looks like we got some extracurricular. This will be our first penalty of the day. That one's going to go on Derek. No, it's not going to go on Derek. Sorry. The call is a hold on white 15, and ladies and gentlemen, we're on the power play. Roger's going to send out the Ninius Burke Riddleberger line with Lucas and Soren back as the defensive pair to start this 2-minute power play. That puck's going to get carried back, sent back to Cooper. Cooper, the one-timer. That one goes wide. Lucas is going to come up. He's going to have the opportunity. He's going to carry the puck, gets sent back and out. Cooper's there. He's going to send it back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas is going to send it up to Riddleberger. Riddleberger's going to go. He's going to have an opportunity to put a shot on. He opts to tender around. He's going to send it back down deep. Picked up by Lucas. Lucas is going to send it back to Riddleberger. Riddleberger's going to advance. He's got an opportunity to put it on. That one goes wide. Lucas is going to pick it up. He's going to be able to move it. He's going to send a centering pass picked up by the Mission and flipped out of the zone. Recovered by Ninius. Ninius has got options. He's going to play that one up off the wall to Lucas. Lucas is going to hold it, send it back. That's going to be offsides. That shouldn't have been an offsides because he was pushed offsides by the defender. But we'll take the reset. 1:14 left to go in the power play. That one's going to go back to Elliott, just past his stick. He's going to move back to recover. He's got time. He's going to push that one forward. Kind of floats through the neutral zone, picked up by Mission. Mission now is going to send that one deep. That one's going to be on goal. Pushed off to the side. A little bit of a late whistle there on the official. But 59 seconds left to play here in the power play. Got our third line out now with Asher Africano here to take the face-off. That one's going to drift behind, picked up by Henry Ing, a little bit of space and time. He chips it forward up against the wall. That one gets picked up by Mission, sent through the slot, and then back through the center. That one's going to get sent back down deep. Elliott's going to challenge, now pushed around behind. And Zader continues to challenge, and then he's sent it back deep. Now on the stick of Franklin. Franklin, we got a 3-on-2 building. Franklin's going to gain the line. He's going to send it in. That's going to go around behind. Henry Ing on the run, but he's not going to get there, but Elliott is. And then it's going to get sent back. Asher fights, pushes it back down deep, almost just glances off the stick of Elliott, who's going to send it around behind. That one's going to pop out, and there's going to be another offsides call. Roger's going to make a change here. "19 seconds left to play here in the power play. Sent into the zone, now out. Mission on the advance. Logan pushes his man wide. Picked up around behind by Lincoln. Set up along the wall. Now picked up by... Move through the center. That's going to be... What do we got now? Oh, 43. So now we're going to go 5-on-3 for 1 second. 43 is called for a boarding. 5-on-3 for 1 second. And then 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes. Need to make it count here, boys. Face-off win. Back to the defense would be ideal. That one's going to be flipped high. Lincoln's going to push it back in. That's going to be a hand pass. Can't do that. So now we're going to take the face-off here right outside of the zone. Now 5-on-4 hockey for about 1 minute 55 seconds. Picked up by Mission. Stick fighting through. He gained the line and sent it down deep. Lincoln's there to recover. He's going to send it up along the boards. That's not going to make it. Oh, it does make it. Derek's got the puck. What happened now? Is that an offsides? I'm not sure. I can't see. Must have been an offsides call. Soren's not happy with the call. He's having a chat with the ref. So we get set here. Top line still out with Lincoln and Logan. Lincoln's going to go D to D over to Soren into the zone. Soren's going to skate it in. He's going to have an opportunity to take it. We're going to set it up. Back to Soren. Back around behind to Evan. Up against the wall. Picked up by Mission. Held in by Hoffman. Off of Evan. Evan's going to center it. Just missed the stick of Derek. Now fighting in the corner. Soren's down there to help. In comes Evan to join the battle. So now we've got 3-on-2 up against the wall with those two defensemen holding the board tight. That's going to come back. Picked up by Lincoln. Picked up by, Lincoln. He sends it back in. Now picked up by Mission, and they're on the run. They're looking to move the puck to their captain, who picks up the puck. That one's knocked off his stick by Logan, and going to be sent right on back to Soren. Soren's now got the opportunity to get back into the zone. He's got 1-on-2. He's going to put a high shot on. That one's going to bounce in front. Ooh, just covered up by Mission. Now we got a little bit of extracurricular. I think that was just fine. That was a free whistle. Hey, tensions and emotions are high here on the white team. 44 seconds left to play. We've got a fresh 5 out. Kind of where we started here at the beginning of the last power play with Henry Ninus at center, Berkey and Riddleberger to his right and left, Lucas and Cooper in the back. That one's going to be a little bit of a battle here. That one's going to be moved through the center, shot on and just wide. We're going to send that one up against the boards. Lucas is there. That goes around Ninus. Ninus has got an opportunity. He's going to put it on through the center. That one's going to go wide too. Quick sent up by, and then tied up here. Sent around hard, around the boards. That one's going to be met by Lucas. Lucas is going to carry the puck. He is putting it into Ninus. Ninus is going to put a shot on. Lucas is moving down in front. 19 is going to send it around. Nobody's home, so that one's going to be around behind. That one's going to be sent hard to Riddleberger. Riddleberger's going to gain the line and go in. He gets held up on the wall. That one's going to be sent back to Cooper. That one should be an ice. They're going to waive that. That's waved off icing. Should not have been. All right, Cooper's going to come around behind. He's going to play it to Lincoln. Lucas sees and hits Henry, tape to tape. Henry's going to take it in. He's going to put a shot on. That one's going to go high and out of play. We're going to get a reset here off to the left of the goalie. That does it for the power play. Back out now are Africano, Franklin Ing, backed up by Kaiser and Newcamp. That's played down deep in the corner, held in by Newcamp, sent back down. Back to Newcamp, he sends it back down. It's right at my feet, I can't really see it. Newcamp's going to decide, he's just going to put one on. That one's going to bounce off the Mission player and sent out of the zone. Here goes Elliott with time. Elliott's going to send it around the boards. That's going to come up to Franklin. Then floats up to the point, sent down to the middle. A little bit of a scrum in front. Point blank shot shaping up here. That one's going to go wide. Good job by Brock. Cover that up. That's going to be sent up back to the point and just missed. Now Henry Ing's going to have the opportunity. Henry Ing tied up No penalty. Keep working it, boys. Keep working it. Really nice hit by Henry Ing, who's out punching his weight class. Number 40 just returned the favor. Luke Franklin's got it. He's going to wait. Now he's going to put it in. That one's going to be off the stick of the white defender who picks it up and carries it. That's going to be just misses the stick of Newcamp as we're going to make a change. Newcamp's got time. He's going to send it to Franklin. Franklin's going to carry it around. Picked up by White and sent back down into the corner. On now is Soren Deppy. Picked up behind by Hopman. Now picked up by Elliott. That's going to float out. Going to force a regroup here. Good work on the forecheck there by Soren. That one's going to be on. Easily glove saved by Henry. He's going to be able to complete the change here. 2:43 left to play. Locked at 0. First period. Okay, picked up by Soren. Soren moves it to Derek. Derek's going to skate it around. They've gained the line, and he goes. That's going to be sent down deep. Soren's there. He's going to put a hard hit on his man who loses his feet. That's going to be sent around behind. Picked up by Derek. You got to be kidding me. I don't know about that call. That was a good hockey play there by Soren. Soren's going to go going in for 2. They're saying it hits the back. I think Roger's going to have a discussion as well because that was 2 hockey players colliding at the board. Let him play, ref. Yeah, hold on. One linesman dropped the puck while he was still in a discussion with Roger. Okay. We're back live. That one's going to be worked around behind by Mission. Because they're going to work to set up their power play. That one's going to come up and shot in from the point into the glove. Oh! That went in and out of Henry's glove. Fence down in front. Let's go get another one, boys. Let's go get another one. Okay. That one's going to be sent down deep by Mission. Lucas is there. He's going to pick it up. He's going to move it. He wins that battle, moves it up along the boards. Can't really see what's happening down there. It looks like a battle is going on in there. Don't know who's coming away with the puck. Looks like Black came away with the puck. Good job to Lucas and Henry there. That's going to be sent back. Henry's going to carry. He's going to carry dangerously in front of his own net. That's going to, and then turn it over. Picked up now by Cooper. That's going to be sent. Burks bumped off the puck as they skated around behind. That's going to be sent up along the boards. Nobody home there. Now they're going to pick up some speed. He's going to come into the zone. The shot on. That one's going to be deflected high and up. Over 2. Knocked off the puck there. Good hit. That one's going to go. Here comes Burke. He's got an opportunity. A 1-on-0 opportunity. He's going to get tripped and knocked down in pursuit there. We're back on the power play. That is a tripping but in the process of there, I don't know if he's going to get a penalty shot or if he's going to we're just going to get the power play. Mission fans unhappy with that call. Oh, he is going to get a penalty shot. Here comes Burke with a penalty shot. Okay, just confirming here, the goalie must start inside of his crease. Okay, Connor picks up the puck. Working his way down to the right. And In it goes. Oh! Tough call there by Connor. Just missed on the penalty shot. Okay. All right. 1:16 left to play here in the first. 1-0. This hockey game is not out of reach by any means. Asher Africano set to take the face off. Lucas and Logan, Lucas and Cooper out. That one's going to be one. Picked up by Henry Ing, sent through the center. Now picked up by Mission as they're going to move. That one's going to be sent through the center. Here comes Lucas. He's going to pick it up. He's going to play it up around off the boards and send it back down deep into the zone. Good work there. Now picked up by off the official. Get a little help there. That one's going to be sent through the center. Cooper's going to push his man wide. Nice little pick up by Lucas. Lucas with time. Lucas is going to put the spin on, leave that man in the dust. Over to Henry. Off Henry's stick. Henry's going to move it. He's going to continue with it. He's going to keep moving, and that's out of the zone. Continue to move through the neutral zone, and then back. I think that'll be an offsides. Sort of a melee there. A slashing melee. Okay, that one's going to be picked up, sent down deep. 36 seconds left to play. Xavier's going to go. He's going to pick it up and send it around. Just past Elliott. Elliott and Henry Ing are there. It's going to be tied up, held up against the wall. All right, back and around. Here comes Xavier. Xavier's going to opt to pick it up. He's going to skate it back into traffic. That's going to be turned over right in front. Oh, boy. Through the slot. Bouncing. Asher, 10 seconds to go. He's got an opportunity here. That one's going to go, and that should be the end of the period as we play down here inside the zone. Thanks, everybody, for an exciting first period. All right, folks, we've got a good one going. Here we come out for the second period. Now to take the face off. Out with Avery Riddleberger and D-Rock. That one's going to be picked up by, picked up by Xavier. Xavier's going to move it to Derek. Elliott goes down in front of the goal, but he's up and picks it up. He's going to move it up the boards. Avery there, now picked up by Evan Solomon. Now picked up by Xavier. All right, that will be right back on the power play. I missed hey Vince, what was the penalty? White number 25 is going to take 2 minutes for a hold. Back on the power play. Okay, Evan Solomon is out with Avery Riddleberger and Soren Deppy. Elliot Kaiser and Xavier Newcamp as your defensive pair. That one's going to be picked up. Sent back down deep by D-Rock. D-Rock. Avery's got it. He's going to look to send it up to Kaiser. Kaiser back down. D-Rock. Oh, off across the front. Oh, boy, just missed. That's going to be picked up and sent back in by Xavier and then picked up and sent around behind. Elliot has got it. He's going to take it. Nice across. That's offsides. Oh, D-Rock just a little bit offsides. He's on the bad guy's side of the blue line. Roger says, let's try a new setup. Now we've got Henry Nines, Luke Franklin, and who's out with him? Oh, Connor Burke, picked up here now by Lincoln now on for defense. He's going to send it down deep. That's going to go back around. We got to get down to the puck, boys, and that one's going to be sent. Now we're going to work here down in the corner. Picked up by Hopman. Hopman's going to send it across. Connor Burke's going to have time to set up. He's going to opt to send it back to Lincoln. Lincoln to Hopman. Hopman's going to work it. He's going to send it to the center. Picked up by Franklin. Franklin with a try to backhander. That one's through the slot and then sent back. A little bit of a bouncing puck in front. Still live in front. That one's going to float through the center. Collected by Lincoln in the neutral zone. Now sent to Hopman. Hopman's looking. Mid-ice pass. Intercepted and then picked off by sent to Henry. Henry's going to put a shot on. That one's going to fall into the breadbasket of the Mission goalie. So we're going to take a face-off here to the goalie's right. All right. Rogers making another substitution. Now out for the next 46 seconds of the power play. Evan Solomon now at the center. He's going to go with Avery Riddleberger and D-Rock. That's going to be sent around. That one's going to float out. Oh, man. Turned over by Lincoln. Now we got a rush going number 40 of right. Thank goodness that was sealed off. That was picked up. There we go. Picked up now by Solomon. Solomon moves it to D-Rock. D-Rock's going to gain the line. He's in. We got a 3-on-2 over to Evan Solomon. He tries to push it around. Now we're going to work it out in front. That's going to get sent back up to another one out there by Lincoln. Lincoln another turnover. Same guy. This time he finds the 5-hole. Oh, top row there for Lincoln. Lincoln gets beat, unfortunately, there, right at the blue line. Number 40, second time in a minute there, comes through, and then he makes the score now with a shorthanded goal, 2-0. 8 seconds left to play. I'm sorry, 8 seconds, not 8 seconds left to play. 8 seconds on the power play, 10:41. Africano now with Ing and Franklin with Lucas and Cooper. That one's going to get sent back. Lucas is going to be there. He's going to pick it up with speed. He's looking, surveying, sends it there off the stick. That one will be in. That one's going to be in icing. Tries to connect with Asher. Wasn't able to. That one's going to come back for an icing. Got to skate that. Asher wins face-off. That one's going to go back to Lucas. So a one-on-one battle there. That one's going to get sent around behind, picked up by Cooper. Cooper going to send it forward. Now picked up by Franklin. That one's going to go back around and back off the wall to the center. Here comes Franklin. He's going to skate it. That one's going to go across to Ing. Ing's going to send it back through the slot. He turns it over, and that one's going to go back into the corner. Here comes Lucas. Lucas is going to pick that up and send it up. Oh, there's a penalty. There we go. Cross-check there as Lucas had control of the puck. Comes in and gives him a good old cross-check. 44 White's going to go for 2 minutes for cross-checking. I'm wondering if they're having a discussion about whether or not that should go for something more. Lucas is shaking it off. He's going to stay out on the ice. Roger's upset with this call because Soren's out for a 10-2. That looked like a very similar hit onto Lucas and did not go. All right, we do have an exchange here. 27, back to Cooper. Cooper with a shot. That one bounces off the leg pad. Lucas with the shot, moved in. He's going to send it deeper across the front. That one's going to get sent around behind, working out of the corner. Around the corner. Continue to move it down. Henry bounced off the puck. That one's going to be sent around him. We got a man waiting up in front. That one's going to get sent out. Go, Cooper, go, Cooper, go, Cooper. This is getting out of hand. Three zeros your score. All right. That one's going to be called for an offside. Still on the power play, by the way, buck 24. Unfortunately, Mission has scored their last 2 goals shorthanded while we were on the power play. Face-off one there. Going to be picked up by Evan. Evan's going to turn that one over and then picked up by Mission. Mission's going to move that through. That should go for an icing. And we'll come on back for a face-off. Is that 9:07 in the second? It's really hard to see the clock. 9:07. Right, we really need a goal here. Get ourselves back in this game, 1 goal at a time. Face-off win to the Mission. That one's going to float back for another icing. Take it again. That one's picked up by Mission, then picked up by Xavier. He's going to send that back down deep. Picked up by Evan. Evan's going to send it back to Elliott. Elliott's going to send it back down deep now with Evan. Around behind is Franklin. Franklin puts a move on. He's going to fight through some traffic. He's going to put a shot on. Temporarily bounces in front. Henry Ing tied up there with the man in front. 44 seconds left to play in the power play. Evan, Franklin, and D-Rock out there. Now, Elliott Kaiser has it. He's going to be able to send it back down deep. Kind of a chipper there. And it's going to bounce around behind, back around and up the wall. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser's going to send it back down deep. That one's also around. Picked up and sent around by the Mission. That one's going to float out of the zone and called for icing. 18 seconds left to play. Looks like Roger's going to make a change here. He's going to send a new 3 out. Now out. He's going to send all 5 out. So here comes Xavier and Kaiser off, replaced by Logan and Lincoln. Henry Nines, face-off win. That was going to be picked up by Lincoln. Sent across to Logan. Logan's going to have a low angle shot. Doesn't clear the traffic. Picked up by Mission and sent around behind. Now picked up by the very dangerous number 40, who's now got it again around behind, but chased down by Burke. Picked up here by and sent through. Burke now with an opportunity. He's got the puck deep in the zone. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Lincoln was in front, calling for the puck. Now with Logan. Logan's going to put a shot on into the glove. All right. Soren's still in the box for the 10-on-10 and 2 there. Africano, Ing, and I don't know who's out with it. They're all kind of mixed up. Luke Franklin. That one's going to be sent back to Lincoln. Lincoln's going to put it on. Bounces in front. No one home. Going to be pushed up hard against the glass and into the corner. Sent back deep by Hopman. A little bit of a battle ensues. That one's going to get sent back around behind and then picked up by Hopman, sent back down. That one's going to be glanced and then behind. Picked up by the Mission. That'll go for icing.
Good boys.
6:59 to play. Still looking. All right, face off back to Hopman. Hopman's going to carry it, try to get a shot on. That one doesn't make it through the traffic, sent around to the boards and then out of the zone. I think they're going to wave this one off, allow him to play on. Picked up by Lincoln. Lincoln's still fighting through. He gets it over to Ing. Then to Asher. Asher's got a man with him. He's going to take it down. He's going to put a shot on. That one's going to be up. I don't know what happened. We got a hold on White, number 19. We're back in this on the power play. We just need to capitalize on the power play. See if this one goes a little bit better. All right. Riddleberger, Evan, D-Rock out now with Cooper and Lucas. Offensive zone face-off. All right, that one's going to get sent back over to Lucas. Lucas sends it back down in and then back up. Held in temporarily and then sent back around. Here comes Cooper to pick it up. Cooper's going to play it up against the wall. That one's going to be picked up. Skates, floats by a couple of players, and then a shot goes on. Just a little bit off on this power play. Okay. Evan now with the face-off. That one's going to be one over to Cooper. Cooper's going to go hard across. That one's going to get turned over in the neutral zone and then sent out of play. So we'll come into neutral ice now with the face-off. 1:37 to go in the power play. 3-0 is your score. About 6 and change to go here in your second period. Got to start working our way back. One goal at a time. That one's going to be picked up by Mission. Cooper's going to grab it. He's going to chip it in. Now picked up by Evan. All right. Oh, my touch. Can they hear? They're not hearing. Okay, sorry. Sorry. So now we're 4. Okay, so now we're 4-on-4. Who did that go on? Who did that go on? You know, oh, that was Avery. So Avery's called for a penalty. It looked like a hold here at the face-off circle. So now we're 4-on-4 hockey. That one's going to be shot hard. That one's going to go off Lucas's shin pad. Played up off the wall. Lucas has it. He's going to send it across. should be in time to be played off the wall here. Oh, sent back around and in. That one's going to be picked up by Cooper against the wall. Now we're going to get a shot. That one's going to be sent around and up against the boards. Come on, Lucas. Lucas pushes his man up. That's sent back down. Now we got a wide open shot. That one's going to go high and up. Up against the boards. That one's going to be sent off. Up against the wall. Lucas is going to have the opportunity to pick that one up. He's going to send it up to D-Rock and then back to Lucas. Lucas is unable to hold on to it. He's going to pick it up behind the net with speed. He's going to send it up the boards to a waiting Avery, and that one's going to be sent out of the zone, at least forced to regroup. Picked up by number 11, White. Now picked up by Evan Solomon. And then a little bit of a dance here in the center. Now Cooper's going to go. Lucas is going to slow that one down and then covered by Henry Brock. 3-0, 5:06 to play. 34 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4. And then we'll be about 30 seconds of 5-on-5. That one's one there, back by Black. Here comes Henry. Henry's got an opportunity. He's got a little bit of space. He sends a centering pass, just misses Burke, and then sent back down and deep, around behind by White. He's going to opt to take it himself. He's going to move it across the ice, and then that one's going to be sent in and right around behind. Now picked up by Elliott, sent back up around, picked up by Nines. Nines is going to carry it. Now picked up by Burke. Burke's got an opportunity. He tried to move it, do a little dingle-dangle, but he does not get it. That's going to be sent Harp around the boards. Good job to Xavier. He got there just in time. Now he's got an opportunity. He's going to skate it in and up and off, right in front, sent back through the slot. And now we got two back, and we're on a little bit of a back check situation. Good job there by hooking is going to be the call on Burke. Actually, I think it's going to be on Xavier. All right, let me sort this out. So it's going to be 5-on-3 now. Soren is now out of the box. We've got 13 seconds left on Avery's penalty and then 2 minutes left on Xavier's penalty. All right, that's going to be sent up and back for an ice. Nope, they're picked up. They're going to let them play on. 2-1. So the 5-on-3 is expired. So Avery's back on the ice. 42 is going to make a move. He's going to push around Hotman. Hotman's in front. Now he picks it up. That one's going to be sent back around behind. Tried to be cleared by Hotman and then turned over. Now picked up. We've got three kind of in the back. They're going to work it through the center. Back to one of their men at the point. Back to the other man at the point. He's going to put a shot on in front. Bounces wide. Picked up by Avery Riddleberger. Avery Riddleberger gets his pocket picked and now picked up by White. 1:20 left to go on the 5-on-4. Now across the center. Good job by Soren. He's there. He's going to send it back. Picked up by White in the neutral zones. They've got to work a regroup. Now picked back. Went D to D. Now D to D again. They're going to send it 60 feet across. Hits the stick of number 12. 12's going to, dances on the blue line. Everybody's offsides. So they've got to come back and regroup. Now he sends it back down deep. Did that go out of play? It did not. Now Lincoln's in the back. He's going to send it around behind. Picked up by Mission. Now picked up by Riddleberger. Riddleberger's going to send it. That one's going to flutter. They're going to call that one for an icing. We're going to get a fresh 5. Here comes Cooper Lucas out with Asher and Ing. 5-on-4 for 43 more seconds. Puck is dropped. Asher there, the face-off win, forces them to go to the point. They're going to go Matt D to D. Shot goes in. That one's off of the skate and goes wide into the wall. Continue to work here in front. That one's going to go wide in front. Cleared back out. Back up to the point. That one's going to be blocked off of Lucas's stick. Lucas has the puck. He's going to chip it out. That one's going to go up and fall into the neutral zone. Here comes Ing. Here comes Asher. Back through the center. Lucas puts pressure on his man, forces a turnover. Back then, he's going to send it back, and that one's going to flow. And that one's going to fall deep. 6 seconds left. Good work here by the penalty, or by the Killers. That one's going to come up against the wall. Held back by Lucas. He's going to turns it over. So he was looking to wait for the clearance and back in. Back around to Cooper. Cooper's going to send it up the wall. That one's going to come out of the zone. Here comes Soren Deppy off the bench. Soren Deppy's going to send it. He's got a trailer in front. Here comes Lucas. He's going to pick it up, send it back down deep and around. Picked up by Soren Deppy. Soren Deppy's going to work it. He's got an opportunity to go. That one's bouncing up in front. Still no good. Around and behind. That one's going to come up against the wall. Lucas going to have it. He's going to send it in. And almost. Bounces and almost goes. That one's going to go wide in front. And then sent up around. That one's going to go for an icing. For sure. Oh. There we go. Oh my, oh my. 126 left in the second period. 3-0 is your game score. Just one in this period would help us on this. We've got about 16 minutes of hockey left to play. I'm sorry, 14 and a half minutes of hockey left to play. Math and public. Sent back to Xavier. Xavier's going to flip that one down. That one's going to land behind. Cleared out by Mission. Over to Elliott. He's going to send it back down deep. Back to Elliott. They've got a stretch player. Now a one-on-one with Xavier. Xavier gets a stick on it. Now Elliott. Elliott knocks it loose. Tied up there as Evan tries to break it loose. Then picked up by White. Off it. Elliott. And then back in. That should be offsides. It was not. Now we go down in the corner. No call. A little bit of dancing down here in the corner with 37 seconds left to play. White comes away with it. They're going to skate around. Xavier meets a man there. That one's going to get held in behind. A little bit of a battle ensues. Picked up by Xavier. Good job there by Xavier. He's going to get that out. Good job by D-Rock. That one's going to go for an offsides. 21 seconds left to play here in your second period. That one's going to be one back to Hotman. Riddleberger meets his man, and then over to Lincoln. Lincoln's going to send that one up into this. Oh, just missed there by Burke. It forces Mission to retreat back with about 10 seconds left to play here in the period. That one's going to float wide in front. Burke's going to have an opportunity. Backhander just didn't have time to get it in front. That's going to be picked up by Nina. Burke takes a shot to the face at the whistle. Did you see that? That was rough. All right. End of two. Your score is 3-0. we're off in the third period. Out on the ice, Logan Lincoln on defense, Evan, Blumenthal, and Soren Deppy on offense. Lincoln with time. Lincoln's going to send that one back up to the boards. Nobody home there, and that's going to be picked up by 43 on the go. He's going to get a hard shot on. Bounced off the leg pad of Henry Brock. Move to Soren. Soren's going to gain the line. He's going to put a shot on. That one's going to be off the stick of the goalie. Held around behind and flipped out of the zone. Here comes Elliott. I'm sorry, here comes Lincoln. Lincoln's going to send that one off the stick of Derek and then sent right back in. And then picked up by White. A little bit of a fight in the neutral zone. Then over to, picked up now by Hoffman. Hoffman's going to gain the line. Then he gets it knocked off his stick, and that one's going to get sent in. And they're going to call that one for icing, and we'll get a change here. All right, here comes Lucas and Cooper out with Avery, Berkey, and Henry Nines. Linesman providing a little bit of guidance here. All right, that one's going to go back to Cooper. Cooper's going to put that one high and up against the glass as he puts a shot on. This one's going to float. Here comes Lucas. He's going to have opportunity to skate it. He's going to turn, send it. That one gets turned over, unfortunately, as he's trying to do some fancy skating. Shot on. Tough turnover there by Lucas. And then doesn't get back. Scores 0-0. All right, picked up there by Franklin. He loses it and gets brought down by White. Then Newcamp has it, loses his feet and sends it in. Picked up by Asher. Asher's going to try to put a shot on. That one's blocked, and here comes White. White's going to move it just out of the reach of Newcamp. 40's there. He's going to put a move on, but back check catches him and then picked up. Now change to go. Here comes Asher. He's going to go around behind. Picked up by White. Sent up along the boards. Picked up by 40. Now 43 White. They gain the line. He tries to move with it and then picked up by Elliott. Elliott's going to move with it. He's going to send it up. Turns it over there to 43 White. 43 White's going to send it across the center. Picked up there by Franklin. And then sent back down deep by White. 10 minutes and a half to go. Newcamp with time. Newcamp's going to send it up to Ing. Ing across. Tough pass there, just off the stick of Franklin. As Franklin fights for it. Elliott has it. He's going to try to chip it. That one gets turned over and just missed. Tough turnover there again. We've had some really tough turnovers today. Now send over to Soren Deppy. Soren's got the opportunity. He's going to move that one through. He gets tied up and around behind. Puck still just behind, sent up around the wall. Now to waiting Logan Hoffman. He's going to send it back down deep. Battling back down in the corner by Soren. Soren's going to try to turn it and send it. He tries to send it in front. That one. Oh, there we go. D-Rock gets us on the board. There we go. 4-1 to score. Okay, now picked up by Deppy. Turned over in the neutral zone, picked up by White. They're going to chip it in and gain the line. Lincoln's going to come over and pick it up with time. He loses his feet. And then over to White. Still going to be sent around behind by White. Deppy's there. He's been able to gain it, send it across to Blumenthal. He's got it with space. That space quickly closes, but he is able to get it out and in deep. Picked up by Blumenthal, sent back up along the wall. A little bit of a battle down behind. Now picked up by White. White's moving it up along the boards. That one's going to be sent off the glove of Henry. Logan Hopman with the opportunity. He's going to get smothered up. That one's going to stay inside the zone. He's going to go back around. Evan's going to pick that one up and send it up along the boards. Hits Soren Deppy on the stick. He turns it over and then sends right back down. Picked up in front by White. And then held in front. Come on in. All right, that one's one. There we go. Avery's going to chip it out. Here comes Burke. Burke's got time and space. He's going to move it in, move it over to Avery. Avery's going to put a shot on. Just misses Burke. Get over there, Henry. Henry's got it. He's going to try to skate it in. That one's picked up. Back to Lucas. Lucas has the opportunity. He's going to chip it in deep. He's going to go back around behind. Set up around the boards. Now back around the boards. It's going to be sent. Lucas has it. He's going to be able to send that one back in. Picked up by Nines. Nines with an opportunity in front. And, oh, here comes a rebound. So Cooper has it. Cooper's looking. He's going to send it back down deep. That one's going to float around the wall and behind. Sent back up. Lucas has it. He's going to put a shot on. Bouncer. Oh, just misses. That one's going to be sent around behind. That one's going to be sent back around behind by Avery. Now Cooper, hold it in Cooper. Cooper, oh, just out by Cooper. Cooper's going to look. Have the opportunity. Oh, he gets unseated. Now we got a little bit of an uneven man rush. They're going to gain the line, put a shot on. Going to be sent over to Avery. Avery around behind to Lucas. Lucas around to Nines and Burke. That one's going to be sent through the neutral zone and turned over. All right. Here comes Henry Ing. Elliott's going to send that one back around behind. It's just going to be held in by White as they're trying to complete their change. Here comes Henry Ing. He gets that one over to Cooper. Cooper's going to put a shot on. Oh, right into the goalie. Oh, my. Starting to pick up the tempo here, but will there be enough time? 7:04 is left to play. Okay. Ooh, too much space. Here comes 40. He's super dangerous. We got a convoy coming at him. He's going to get a shot on. Glances off the stick of Henry Brock and up into the boards. Now behind. Up against the wall. Asher's there. That one's going to be sent on. Henry picked up by Newkirk. Newkirk's going to send it up along the boards. Picked up here by White, their defenseman. Gets it into the high slot. He's got an opportunity to take a shot. Bouncing in front. The slot. Another shot. Still live in front. Still working. And finally, Henry smothers that one up. 6:30 to play. 4-1. That one's going to go around behind. Picked up by Elliott. Elliott sends it up. Franklin's got it. He's going to get bumped off. Back to Elliott. Shot on. Pretty tough screen there, but Henry does see it. He's going to get through. Now it's picked up by Asher. Now, oh man, Henry just missed it with his stick. Picked up by 40. 40's going to put a shot on. That one doesn't clear the sticks. Not off and into the corner. Asher has it. He's going to skate. He's going to move it to Franklin. Franklin not handling it. Then it's going to be moved by Franklin. He's going to move it up the boards. He gets bumped off the puck and back to the deep end as Asher then. That one should have been offsides, but Henry was coming out of the zone as Asher kind of flipped it back down to the ground. Now picked up by Asher through traffic. Henry Ing going for a change. Still working through the center. Luke has it off the feet. Ashley's going to pick it up. They're still battling with it in front. Soren Deppy goes in there and tries to seal the deal. He just misses on it, but that's going to flow through the neutral zone. We'll have to regroup and complete the change. White's also trying to make a change. Soren Deppy's going to move it to back to Deppy. That was Hotman, I think. Oh, that was, yeah, Elliott, sorry. 4-1 to score, 5:13 to play.
Can you give a shout out to Josh? We're really missing him.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, if you're watching, little shout out to you, man. We're wishing you were out here joining us. Need that big body in the middle. All right, there we go. D-Rock bounces off his stick. Now that one's going to float through the neutral zone. The hand is up, so icing should be called. They waved it off. Lincoln's got it. Lincoln gets taken down. Loses the puck. And it's going to go around behind. Picked up by White. Here comes Lincoln up on his feet now. Picked up by Evan. Evan tries to go. He gets bumped off the puck and then swings his stick. He was falling down. All right, Soren's got it. He's going to move it to Evan. Evan's going to move it to Derek. Derek's going to enter the zone with it. It's going to be bumped off his stick as they enter the zone. Picked up by Mission. Mission's going to send it. All right, we're going to make a change. .425 to go, 4-1 to score. That one's going to come back. Lincoln's going to have an opportunity. He puts a shot on. Saved. Goalie was pretty well screened there, but saw it right at the last minute and just got that glove right around it. Henry Ninus now for the face-off. Avery to his left, Berkey to his right. Logan Lincoln's still up the back. That one's going to go float right past Logan. Logan's going to have to move to regroup. He's got it in the neutral zone. Tries to put a move on, turns the puck over, and now it goes back down deep. Picked up by White. White's going to try to send it. That one's live in front. Henry Brock covers it up. Now we're going to take a defensive zone face-off. .403 to play. 4-1's your score, third period. Championship game here. That one's one off by Boulder into the corner. A little bit of a... It's going to come around behind. Lincoln's going to get there. He gets tied up. He gets to move it. Now Avery's got it. He's going to move it. Just off his stick. Picked up by number 9, White. Number 9, White with time. He tries to center it. Then it's going to be exchanged here. Now D-Rock tries to put on it. Still under White's control. They're going to send it back across and chip it down deep into the zone. That one's going to be sent. There we go. Lincoln's got an opportunity. He puts a shot on. That one's going to get knocked away. Live in front. Still a little bit of a struggle. And no, it didn't go in. I thought it did. It went around behind. Here comes Lucas. He's going to chip that one back in. And then that one through there. About up against the boards. Picked up here. Shot by Berkey into the glove. All right, offensive zone face-off. Okay. Here comes Asher, Franklin, and Ing with Cooper and Mum. That one's going to be won by Asher. Going to be sent, flipped up high into the blue zone. Talk to each other, boys. Lucas has it. He's got time. Send it back up through the neutral zone. Picked up by Franklin. Franklin's going to chip that one in. That one's going to come back to Lucas. Picked up by, and then sent into the neutral zone, or into the zone. Now Lucas again with the puck. He's going to turn and burn that one up into the neutral zone. Now here comes Lucas again. Let's see what the call is. 24. Just an offsides. Come on, boys. Africano now. 2:43 to play. 4 score. That one's dropped. Up and out of play.
Come on, boy.
All right. Asher with the win again. That one's going to come to Lucas on the boards. He's going to advance. Still tied up here. Lucas and Franklin trying to get it dug out. That one's going to come back. There we go. Africano with the puck. Now Lucas with the puck. He's going to chip it back in. Now Africano with the puck. Up on the blue line, up around the boards. Here comes Lucas. Lucas is holding on to it. Oh, that's after the whistle. Lucas takes a hard shot by 24 after the whistle. 24 is going to head to the box. I think Africano's going to go with him. Yeah, good job by Africano. Lucas took a shot after the whistle. Africano retaliated, so they're both going to go. That'll be the end of the game for both those boys, likely. They're going to sit and watch the rest from the box. All right, back out now with the top line. Lucas and Cooper out. Let's try to get one more on the board here. Should be 5-on-5 hockey. We'll go 5-on-4 if they don't want to bring another guy out, but I think there we go. Evan now poised to take the face off. That one's going to go into the zone. That one's going to be sent around behind. Cooper with time. Cooper picked up by Derek. Derek gains the line. He's going to put a shot on. That one's going to go wide. Now Deppy. Deppy with the puck. He's going to send it back all the way through. That's going to go picked up by Cooper. Cooper's going to move that one. That one's going to go float dangerously through the neutral zone. Picked up by White. They're going to chip it back down. Up. There we go. Good job by Cooper. He's going to skate through trouble. Hands it off to Deppy. Deppy's got it. He's going to put a shot on. That one's going to be saved. About 90 ticks left here. Looks like Henry Brock's going to come off. We're going to put on a sixth player. We've got Burke out with the top line, as well as Elliott and Newcamp back on defense. That one's going to get sent in and shot. Come up around the wall. Here comes Xavier. Xavier's battling. That one gets around Xavier. Elliott's going to serve it back into the neutral zone. Burke's going to try to put it still with an empty net. That one's going to get glanced back for an icing. We're going to come back for another O-zone face-off. No change to the personnel. So Deppy, Blumenthal, Burke, Solomon, Newcamp, Kaiser. All right. Picked up by Burke. Burke puts a shot on. That one's going to be sent back up against the wall. Here comes Xavier. Xavier puts a shot on. That one's going to go into the empty. 5-1. Going from bad to worse. .117 left to play. Franklin, Ing, Avery Riddleberger. Nines, Avery Riddleberger, and Ing out. Nines with the puck. He's going to skate it in. He's going to put a shot on. That one goes off the post and out of play. Logan and Lincoln are your defensive pair. That one's going to go back to Lincoln. He's going to try to dance that one in. And then it gets sent out of the zone. That should go for an icing. Down to 54 seconds. We'll say keep the same 5, I guess. All right, 9 is set here for the face-off. That one's going to float temporarily into the slot and then knocked out. A little bit of a battle in the corner by Ing. Now picked up by Mission. They have, should be an icing. All right. "47 seconds left to play." Last 47 seconds. Looking to try to get one more just to close the gap. Fight for every inch. Henry's going to be sent out of the dot. Riddleberger in. Picked up here by Ing. Ing tries to make a shot, bounces off the Mission player. Here comes, that one doesn't get through either. Now picked up by Mission. They're going to send that one through for an icing. 32 seconds left to play. Here comes Cooper and Lucas. They're going to finish out the game with these 3 offensive, or 3 winners. Oh, we're going to send out Soren, Franklin, and Evan as well. Okay, Evan's going to go back over to Cooper. Cooper's going to put that one in, bouncing puck off of there. It's going to come up against the wall and then sent back around. About 20 seconds left to play. Cooper's going to pinch, bring that one back in, picked up by Franklin, and then it's going to be sent back through. Now we've got a 3-on-2 situation developing. It's going to come through the center. Good job there by Lucas. He separates his man from the puck, and that one's going to be sent back up against the wall. 1 second, 0 seconds, and that's it. That's your game, ladies and gentlemen. 5-1's your final.